Hello, I'm Michael Martin. I've been a Grange member since age 14 a couple of years ago. I first belonged to Cummington Grange number 56 in Massachusetts and Hillside Pomona Grange number 20 in Massachusetts. I was elected steward of Cummington Grange shortly after I joined, and there were several of us my age, so we were encouraged and supported to attend Grange conferences and Grange camp. It's called the Massachusetts State Grange Youth Leadership Training School. And I went there each summer for several years, and I learned how to do drill work, floor work, degree work, how to speak on my feet, how to be a leader, how to be a team player. And it was a great social time, and I made many good friends who are still friends even now, more than 7 years later. In those days, we visited Granges a lot. A bunch of us would get in a car and we'd head across the state or just across the county, and we would visit a regular Grange meeting. And just sometimes we would provide the program, and sometimes we would just be guests and enjoy the camaraderie and the fellowship of our fellow Grange members. And we'd do this a couple of times a week, all around the year. In the summer, we would put together wonderfully complex tabletop exhibits, if you will, for the county fair, and we would take it around to 3 or 4, sometimes 5 or 6 fairs and compete for prize money. And we didn't need a lot of money in those days. That was if we earned $1,000 in a year, that was more than enough for our Grange to support our community and to carry on doing good work and providing opportunities for our members. I served as master president of my subordinate Grange and my Pomona Grange concurrently while I was still in high school. So I was pretty young for the job and had wonderful mentors who were 3 times and even 4 times my age. But I respected them greatly. They gave me wonderful advice on how to conduct a proper Grange meeting, how to entertain motions and properly handle parliamentary procedure, skills that everyone needs, not only in the Grange, but in any organization that you belong to. As a young man, I found myself as a voting delegate at the State Grange session. And that was another learning and growth opportunity, as my voice had the same weight as anyone else in the hall. And for a teenager, a young man, that was a monumental honor and privilege. I was active in the youth program, and the National Grange Foundation supported me. Now, I was the Massachusetts State Grange Prince. We were princes in those days. Now you're youth ambassadors or outstanding Grangers, but I provided a lot of leadership across the state for a year, and then I competed at the National Grange session in Denver, Colorado, back a few years ago, and was selected National Grange Prince and toured the country for the next year, attending regional workshops and summer camps and conferences and providing workshops and just trying to be a good example for other young Grange members. Made many wonderful friends that are still friends to this day, even if we don't see one another all that often. After I grew up by a little bit more, I was elected to a state office in Massachusetts, and I started my job as a 4-H agent at the time. My job took me to Vermont, and I felt that it wouldn't be fair to continue as a state officer in Massachusetts if I was too far away to handle the obligations of that duty. So I resigned from that office. That was as assistant steward of the Massachusetts State Grange. That was just a wonderful opportunity for me to continue to grow and to continue on my Grange journey. A few years passed, and I moved around from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania to North Carolina. So I belong to a few different Granges, and currently I'm a member of Valley Grange number 1360 in South Central Pennsylvania, where I currently serve as the master, the president of that Grange. So Grange has been a great circle for me over the past 40 some years. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I would not have had the opportunities I've had without the support of the National Grange Foundation, especially the years that I was active at the national level and attending National Grange sessions in an official role and even in a non-official role, but participating in the youth programs there, as well as the regional youth conferences all across the country. So thank you to the National Grange Foundation and to everyone who supports it. I cannot thank you enough. Being a Grange member has changed my life,